Hi, this is Troy. It's February 16th. It's my first video. I'm doing this to try. Just taking a look at a couple different things going on in the market and my trades. My primary trading vehicle is the Russell 2000, so I'm looking at the RUT. I've got a daily chart of the Russell here open. I'm just going to look for a second here at what the charts are telling us. Obviously, we've had a pretty insane run-up the last couple of months. I actually heard something this was the longest continuous run in the overall markets with this small pullback on the dailies since like 1971. So for those of us not exactly used to this sort of market condition, it's been trying, and I've made a couple of somewhat large mistakes, which I paid for in my trade execution. But live and learn, and I'm just moving forward, and I'm going to not make those mistakes again. So looking at the dailies, we've got this strong run up, and it looks to me like, so from a sort of an absolute picture, we busted above all-time highs at the beginning of the year. That big pop right here after the fiscal cliff negotiations. We got some kind of resolution done, and so we popped up here and just kept climbing and climbing, and every single day it's going higher, higher, higher. A little dip in the morning, generally speaking, running from the day. And now we're actually up against this, so we're up above all-time highs, but it's possible we're up against some resistance here. Going back quite a ways, this is to April of last year, kind of sitting underneath that. We've got a little red candle, and we've got this MACD right here. It looks like it may want to, could be just wishful thinking on my part. I'm really hoping to get something going to the downside here, but nothing yet. And then if we look at the weeklies, I'm not exactly an expert chart analyst here, but same kind of thing. This markets were rolling along back here. They started to chop up and down. We got a big pullback here. And we busted down below this spot here back in August of 2011. This is where the market really dropped. Well, that kind of formed resistance later on in January of last year, and in April. And we've yet to break above that trend line. Again, we're still above the all-time highs, but bumped our head on that here, and now we're sitting on it here. And we're getting some sort of, these MACDs aren't really rolling over yet, but they could pretty quickly. And then monthlies, a little more bullish, actually, and I can draw, probably do another trend line here. That would stick us potentially here. So actually, we can go up over 10, 15, 22 monthlies. That's hard to say. Who knows what we're going to do? We could bounce around this area, go sideways for a while, and then shoot up there, get our head on up here, or pull it through it. We could roll over here. So that's that. And if you look at SPX, solid line. I'm actually starting the daily. Okay, so daily chart here going back to June of 2012. And this was kind of our trend line we were staying on top of, and then busted through here again in October this year, and then we hit our head on there and bounced down. Now we're right up against that. And absolute price level, we're getting all-time highs. We'll see in a second. That's that same energy there. If I went on this, see that. Not sure what this is. So yeah, we've got a trend line right here. It's pretty significant. Actually, I can make this one price levels. Trend lines to be. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of this one. So yeah, significant trend line here. Haven't broken above it. MACDs look like they might want to roll over, same as the rut. We'll see. And then the longer term chart, I'm kind of picking up against this right here. We do have a little further to go before we hit this. 60 points. We'll see. And then looking at my positions, so this is one of my positions, it's this Batman Condor. Wondering whether or not I should have made these wings a little bit bigger, but I've been under the belief that we were going to get a pullback. But you can see my execution here was pretty horrible. It's actually a little bit worse than this shows here. I did a couple of tricky things at the beginning of it, but I started out, I opened up the strangle here. And that position is actually doing okay so far. If we pull back, that strangle is going to go negative, but that will more than be made up for by this condor. And the position overall has potential to make some decent money. I mean, it's, if we land in the middle, which I expect probably will happen, at expiration, $44,470 profit. And if you don't account for the calendars that I put on. I was trying to get tricky at the beginning, but I took those off. Those lost about $3,000. But that I almost look at as kind of a spec trade. So this trade itself is, this is more or less by the book, except this one should be a little further. I'm planning on leaving this alone, and just assuming, we'll see. If I hit a max loss actually at this point, I could actually make money if I started down quickly. So I'm not really worried about the upside at all. I'm not really worried about the downside. I feel pretty good about this trade because I think overall, unless we just hang out in here for another 3 weeks and then jump off at the end, we'll see. But I could actually make, if we land here in the middle, I guess that would be about a 5% profit. So I'll take that. And then this other trade I have, this is more of a legit. This is looks a little more close to what it should. This is my March Batman trade, and it's just down a little bit. So I'm a little more nervous about the upside of this one, and the upside of the trade, which would be downside from my opinion. If we get a rollover, I'll start to get some money in this trade pretty quick, and then feel pretty comfortable. If we can get a pullback in the area, we're pretty comfortable with this trade. Screen and this way. We got quite a bit of it. My plan is not to make any adjustments to these trades. And, we'll see. So that's it.